告か？聞こう。
Hey, what's up, cat? How's it going, man? I don't know why I said it in German. You know, funny coincidence. Very often, not every time, but quite often, I find myself like whenever when I say the words "good morning," I'd say about 40% of the time. Yeah, about 40% of the time, I find myself wanting to say it in German. Like there's something about German "good morning" that feels satisfying to say. So good evening because it's 4:43 p.m. Got Durin, by the way? No, my god. My Durin is still level 70. I'm taking advantage of these first few days. You know, like while the talent book and weapon ascension material domains are like, like fully unlocked. All materials are unlocked on all days. I'm taking advantage of it. I need a ton of talent books for my Durin. Hey, what's up, Ali? How's it going, man? Is it too bad or stream audio is genuinely lagging? Is it? Hang on. No, OBS seems to be doing fine. I am doing the dual stream thing. I've noticed that ever since I've been doing the whole like dual stream thing, dual stream, like there's like a thing in YouTube where like you can stream like when like just one like OBS instance can stream both to like horizontal video and as a short. Like, unfortunately, there seems to be no way to control like the layout in the short version of it. It's just literally YouTube just crops it, and there's no way for me to control how it looks. Ever since I've been doing that, I noticed that a bunch of people have issues. Not the whole stream, but like most of the time at the beginning of the stream. Like either like the stream lags or like in your case the audio. Must be Hungarian internet. Is that a thing? What's up with Hungarian internet? Am I missing a reference here? Oops, I missed the charged attack. I'm gonna go bang my head against the router. Wait, wait a moment. We don't talk about the Hungarian internet. Really? Okay. Uh-oh. Oops, I think the queen went down. And we're good. Cellular data solved it. Never mind. Oh man, I'm kind of jealous, man, that your cellular your mobile data actually works over there. For some, so okay, my mobile data what's the word I'm looking for? Situation. It's kind of unique to the Philippines. So we have two major service providers here in the Philippines. So one's called Smart and the other one's called Globe. And there are like 5 or so other like big ones, but all like not 5 other. Hang on, how many others? 3 others. Yeah, 3 other big cell service providers, but they're all owned by the 2 other ones. So yeah, they're all owned by the 2 other ones. One of them, Smart owns the 2 of them, and Globe owns the other one. In Smart's case, Smart is itself is owned by PLDT, which is one of the 2 major internet service providers here in the Philippines. And so anyway, my Smart SIM card has, like, they have this like promo thing where I just pay a fee, like a certain a specific amount of money, and I get a specific amount of data that never expires. It only expires once I use it all up. And I don't know if it's my phone or if my service provider knows that it's like my data is not like the time limited data that expires after a certain number of days. Like maybe, like, I'm sure they know that's like the data that I'm using, but it just seems really slow. I live not necessarily downtown, but like 3 blocks away from downtown, right? And this area is like a super like residential area. I'm literally between 2 giant schools and 1 small one. Actually, you know what? 2 small ones. thousands and thousands of students around me. And for some reason, my mobile data barely works even if I go outside. If I go out on the street. If I go out on the street, it'll work, barely. But when I go inside, it's completely useless. Like, zero hope of it being usable. Should have said that I'll be hitting my router instead of banging my head against it. RJ, I still believe you're a teacher. RJ is a teacher? No, not really. Not like a real like teacher. More like a tutor. I'm sure the router really wants your head. That's a pretty questionable sentence you got there. The question is, which head? Hey, any of you guys fully finished Durin's Character Quest yet? It's so annoying. I mean, like, it's not 100% a down, like, you know, time gating a character quest, at least from what I've experienced so far, hasn't been a complete downside. So one thing I've noticed is it's just because they've cut it up into sections. They've time gated it and cut up his character quest into sections. It doesn't. It sort of just feels like it's part of your daily routine now. Right? It just especially now that we don't have to do daily commissions. Right? We just condense resin and that's it. We're done. In fact, we don't even need to click on the thing anymore in the Adventurer Handbook. Like, we could just go talk to Catherine. It's just one extra click, though, than before. But yeah, like, it's kind of... The annoying part about it is, like... Where is it? This thing. Right, I want this. I want to get this, but I can't. I can't get it yet. I have to wait 5 days. It's really annoying me that I can't get this stuff yet. But at the same time, the character quest doesn't make me want to procrastinate on it as much as you know, like, or other character quests do. It just because they've cut it up into sections. It just sort of feels like it's part of the daily routine. It sort of feels like it takes the place of daily commissions. Can I get some bleach, RJ? For your eyes, I guess. Sure. Make sure to apply it lightly. Only apply a thin layer. Follow the instructions on how to apply to your eyes. My Durin's destroying. Fun fact, there's a road named Durin. A road in the real world? Or in Tevat? 16 hours. Let's see. 4 plus 4, so that's 4. Okay, if I condense 20 resin, the resin will fill up at 640, which means I'd be at 180 by 4 p.m. Yeah, okay, by 4 p.m. 640. Does that seem good? Okay. All right. Wait, is it still... I didn't notice the purple thing anymore. Okay, it is. It's still there. How long does this thing last, by the way? Do we know? There doesn't seem to be any like indication of how many days it lasts. Real world. Oh, really? Where is it? Unrevealed. HSR gave us 1,000 jades, primos, and 10, just because 3.8 was expanded. It was expanded or extended? Dude, all we got for an extended patch years ago was a a permanent Ayaka banner. Man, I need so many of these XP books. I had pretty much nothing before I started farming. $176. Why does Ali hate Skirk, by the way? No idea. Honestly, I don't know where that came from. It just, from what I remember, that just suddenly came about. says 6:40. Yeah, okay, that is 6:40 tomorrow. Durin, good boy. Heart. Hey, looks like somebody loves his Durin. Hey, Underfield, how you doing, by the way? I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, you still keeping up with Genshin? Is Genshin still... I really don't know if Genshin ever was your main game. It just always seemed to me like you played a bunch of games, played on a bunch of different accounts. So, yeah, no idea if Genshin is and or has ever been your main game. But you, anyway, so I'm gonna ask, you still keeping up with Genshin? Oh, what's up with Nintendo? Yo, mama.
ほとんどあるだが今や大英雄の君旅人タイムそしてカサッチさんもルリンのことを覚えているんだねそれなら僕の記憶も完全なはずだ君も来てたんだ彼の身に置く
Show me on Discord stream and I'll show you my main account. Main account Genshin? Main account? Like I said, man, I have no idea if Genshin is and or has ever been your main game, because like you just seem to play a bunch of different games. I really only like it just like I don't know why, but it just feels like most of the time I hear you talk about Genshin, but you also talk about like other games. But it like I don't know why it just feels like it just feels to me like I just so happened to hear you talk about Genshin, but you actually like play a bunch of other games a lot. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, what do you think of Genshin so far? I've never heard you complain about anything in Genshin. Like, yeah, I don't know. I never hear you say anything good, anything you like about the game, but I also never hear you say anything you don't like about the game. All I ever hear you talk about is well, I guess yeah, like when you're helping out other people, or when you're talking about your accounts. After so much chilling, I don't care anymore. But the hate is deep in my heart now. You know, I just sort of I stopped caring before I started hating. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I stopped caring too much. I just forced myself to stop caring too much before I started to absolutely hate the game. Like, so... Genshin is for real my main game, though. Right. So, why does Rubedo look like that? So what I was saying was I stopped caring before I started hating. So the main thing about Genshin that I really care the most about is, so like initially, like on the surface, just, you know, doing daily commissions, getting my free primo gems every day, Getting my free Primo Gems every day. Of course, like that's just on the surface, but my main goal really is just to make my account, to keep making my account stronger and stronger and stronger, so that I could make dealing with endgame easier and easier and easier. But it's gotten to the point where that's not going to be the case anymore by vertically investing into any of my teams and or characters. Like I do need to invest a certain up to a certain extent vertically, with like certain teams and characters, but like only to like up to a certain extent, and of course like investing even more after that extent, it does keep making dealing with the in-game content that's designed for that character or team archetype easier and easier. But if you keep like there's a point of, or if you keep investing into that team and or character, team archetype and or character, you won't be able to invest into getting another character and investing into that character's teams, and it just feels like the way that they've been designing enemies and enemy mechanics, and of course endgame content as well. They're shilling so hard that it doesn't, that there's now like this new dimension of difficulty to the game. Not only do you need to build your characters and their teams well, but you also have to actually get the new characters. And the more of the new characters that you get, and the quicker you can build them up, the easier the easier the time you're gonna have in dealing with endgame. Unless if you just spend money and get C2 or C3, significant C2s of new characters and their signature weapons. Nope. Will the shilling ever change, RJ? What's your opinion? Shilling ever change? That's pretty hard to guess, man. It's pretty hard to guess because shilling is where the money is at. But then like my opinion and like yours and like us over here in this tiny circle in the vast internet, right? Like our opinion is only our opinion, but we have no way of telling, we have no way to tell about like how widespread this opinion is and like what the majority of the opinion, majority of people's opinions are about the extra hard shilling that they've been doing a lot recently. I have to go by. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Kat. Take care, man. So, if yours and mine and ours over here in our tiny little corners, if our opinions here are the same opinions for the majority of the Genshin community, like especially the spender Genshin community, because that's really what's important, is the opinion of the spender community, right? The opinion of the majority of the spenders community. Now, the spenders, depending on how much they spend, if they spend enough that they are able to get significant C2s of significant characters and at least get C0 R1 of basically every character and get signature weapons, at least R1 of signature weapons for every new character, then those spenders won't really care, right? Especially if they know what they're doing when it comes to like building their characters and putting teams together, and like they know how to play the game, right? They know how to do combat in Genshin. So those players are fine, right? Like Hoyo doesn't have anything to worry about them because Hoyo seems to be catering to those players specifically. Those players are like they feel really rewarded with the shilling right now. The people who feel betrayed and like are annoyed or like hate the shilling are the people like us, the free to plays. I'm not. I know my first account isn't free to play, but it's not. Right, I'm not able to keep up with getting every new character and significant constellation and signature weapon every time a new character comes out. So right, everyone who spends below a certain amount, and we have no idea of how many there are of us, and how many there are of the players that do spend more than a certain amount. And that certain amount that I'm talking about is like however much Hoyo is like trying, however much the spenders are spending, the spenders that Hoyo seems to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Seems to be targeting right now. The spenders are happy, yeah, right. And depending on how many of those spenders are there, if they are kept happy, then they will likely keep playing Genshin, right? And when I say they will likely keep mindlessly keep playing Genshin, and when I say mindlessly, I'm not saying that they're stupid, right? I'm saying that because they don't feel that there's a problem with the game, because there isn't a problem with the game for specific players like them, then they will just keep playing the game as normal. Hey, what's up, Luap? How's it going, man? It's everyone else who spends less than them that has a problem. And obviously, though, everyone else who spends more than them obviously has no problems, right? Like the only problems that the players that spend way more than these players are that end game is too easy or like boring or whatever. Yeah, like the only way I made my own version of Stardew Valley in Genshin. Like the what's it called? Meliastra Wonderland. How is it, man? Anyone else played it yet? Where the heck am I supposed to be going here? I can't go this way, right? Nope. And I just... Oh, that's ink. Okay. Whatever. Alright, so how do I give in? Do I just stay here in the middle? I don't know. I don't see any other options. There's also they're also trapped because they put money into this already. Yeah, but that's the thing though, is like it really depends on the person, right? Depends on how much money they earn, their lifestyle, their job, whatever, right? It really depends on them, what their life is like. If for the players who are spending this certain amount of money that we're talking about. What happened to that Genshin Roblox? Genshin Roblox? I don't see any CCs playing it. Oh, somebody made a Roblox thing in Wonderland? If depending on how many of the players, the spenders who are spending the exact amount of money that Hoyo is targeting, depending on how many of them are in a situation where the amount of money that they're spending, the exact amount of money that they're spending is just like pocket change for them, right? Like is just expendable money for them. Depending on how many players like those there are, Hoyo, like this shilling might, like if there are a lot of them, then this shilling will probably keep on going. But if there aren't enough of them, then this shilling will probably go down a bit. The shilling will probably go down a bit. But if the players like those, if the number of players like those increase, well, yep. How do I break? How do I break this thing? Oh, it's breaking. Alright, it's called Wonderland. Yeah, it's called Miliastra Wonderland. One thing I really hate about Miliastra Wonderland is that I have to take 7 hours to queue up to have a single slot of public lobbies to get... What? What? There's a limit to the number of players in a public lobby? Why is one room limited to 20 users only? What? That is wild. What the heck, man? It's constantly full, and I don't always have the time to wait around for this long. Not gonna lie, Wonderland was the biggest piece of dog poop. Isn't Wonderland still sort of in its beta? Or is what we have right now actually its final form? And obviously, like, not final form, of course. Like, I'm talking about, like, is that, like, live? Or is this sort of just, like, an open beta that they just put into the game? It is open beta at the moment. Okay, yeah, right. Like, okay. So, it's definitely not in its final form yet. Wait, it's in open beta? And what did... But there's already monetization. After 2 months, they will allow us to use assets from outside the game and expand further into it. Oh, okay. Well, that's... Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I think... Now, the biggest problem that Hoyo has with Miliastra Wonderland doing something like that, right, is they are fully opening it up. Right? They are fully opening it up. And that... right, like, allow us to create assets from outside, to use assets from outside. There's going to have to be a certain amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? Moderation, right? And given how well, at least like it's really hard to tell how big Miliasa Wonderland is right now because well, it's in open beta, and I just don't see anyone making content out of it. So it's kind of hard to tell how big it is. But there is going to be need to be a certain amount of moderation, right? For like whatever, like just to keep an eye on like what assets make it into the game and like make it public, right? Make it to to the public. And given Hoyo's image and Genshin's image as well, it's a very like child-friendly thing, right? So it's going to be kind of like right, and there's a reason why Apple locks down its operating system, right? Because it's just a lot easier when they don't have to moderate, when they don't have to moderate every single customized piece of software out there, right? Instead, they just label it as unsafe, or like they just find a way, they just do like put in extra effort to just not allow the thing on their phone without just straight up breaking the phone. And I don't know if Hoyo is up to it. Then okay, sure, right? More power to them. But yeah, that's gonna be a lot of moderation. That's gonna be a lot of moderating that they have to do. They didn't release a single quality of life in exchange for that Wonderland. After 2 months, they lost. Oh yeah. From what I heard, it was just an experiment to test how much they can screw the players. Monetization is already allowed because they allowed to pay the They allowed to pay the creators and making a good game by a handsome amount to begin with. Oh, hang on. What are we doing? I can't attack the thing yet. Oh, well, that's a thing. Does this thing give energy? Nope, no energy. Is this Wanderer's thing? Why can he do that? What did it say? Did it attack the quill? Oh, okay. Oh, this is Albedo's thing. Can you imagine if Zhongli could make a shield like that? Like a shield that's on the ground. Alright, it also has its own gacha. Yep, it does. Hard to tell. Gamers around 100k plays on a few of their games. Might be an okay performance for them. It is way too much moderation. Yep. Because half the money, I bet at least is spent on moderation. Few grand per person on whoever makes good games. Wait, a few grand per person? What do you mean? Like, there's no cash reward, right? It's just in-game rewards, right? Hopefully Wonderland won't become like the TCG that doesn't exist. Well, at the very least, like in TCG's case, it's a lot smaller, right? Like, think about it. There's no player input, right? So there's zero moderation that goes into it. The teapot, the Serenity Pot, actually does have a certain amount of moderation that goes into it, right? Because, like, remember the thing that happened back in the day, like years ago? I believe it was. Oh man, why can I never remember the name of this game? The name of this game, I believe it's on the Nintendo Switch. That's basically where the inspiration for the Serenity Pot came from. Farm, family, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. Oops. So there, some people were like protesting in Animal Crossing. They were making their what farms? I don't know what worlds, I guess is what they're called. They were making their worlds look, well, I guess represent whatever they were like protesting about. And like to a certain extent, it also happened in the Serenity Pot, I believe. I remember hearing a few reports and some hearsay about some people doing the same in the Serenity Pot, and that was why the Genshin Serenity Pot actually got locked down for like quite a long time. Actually, that's actually why I have 50,000 like teapot coins, because like every week they kept giving us like coins with nothing to unable to spend it because everything in the teapot was locked down. But TCG has zero. Like, there's probably like one, maybe not one. There's probably like a handful of people that's continuing to, I guess, update it, right? Obviously, like the artists, right? Like the concept artists, like the actual artists who make the designs. And there's also like the combat team, like the balance team, right? That decide on like what the different like combat effects are and like their I guess their numbers. But for something like Millie Astro Wonderland to become just like TCG that basically doesn't exist in the game, that's probably just gonna get straight up get pulled out of the game, because that is that takes too many resources, and if it gets the same amount of attention that TCG does, no, it's just not financially viable. And eventually it'll become a standalone feature tied to the game, but is optional to install. Hey, that'd be a nice thing. That'd be nice. As dead as TCG looks, there's still some actual demand that warrants them to keep on updating. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even hear anyone ever talk about it, but the fact that there are still updates every couple of patches, that means that there is a certain amount of demand for it. Yeah, that means that there is a certain amount of demand for it. And the thing about TCG too is, because it's a card game, it is one of the few parts of Genshin that can be easily turned into a tournament, like an actual tournament, like a physical tournament, like an offline tournament. Well, not, you know, Genshin's online, right? But you know what I'm talking about. That can be done like where like a host could like spend money, like rent out a place, rent out a convention hall, whatever, and host an actual, like a traditional tournament, right? And doing stuff like that, just I get. Thank you, I guess. All right, I guess thanks for the. Oh my God! Please tell me you're not leaving here. Please tell me you're gonna stay here. Why does she look so innocent, man? Every time I see her smile and that innocent looking face, that just, you know, like that just really happy looking face, like I can't help but think about all the all the all the crimes against humanity, question mark, she's done. I can't imagine this character design becoming playable. I mean, it's just so big. Like, do we have any characters in the game that are that, I guess, big? Mawika's hair? No. Not even close. Yeah, no. No one. She's a lot closer to, like, Signora's character design. And they still host official tournaments for them. Oh, yeah, yeah, right. Like, TCG has potential. And even if they are losing money on TCG, because, like, TCG has no monetization. There's no way to monetize TCG. Unless if they just make TCG into something similar to like Clash Royale, you know, where you have to buy packs in order to get certain cards, but then it's random. The fact Alice made Yaimiko cry 500 years ago and Yai still hates her for that. The fact that yeah, for that fact, and desires to banish Alice out of Tenshukaku. Yeah, I heard about that. Man, dude, what has Alice done? Like, I can't imagine her doing all the stuff that I've heard her do, and not have this smile on her face. You know, like where she just doesn't feel a thing. Hey, what are you doing here, buddy? Oh, right. Yeah, second account. I waited long enough. Inazuma might get erased before Conria. Wait, what do you mean erased? How is Inazuma gonna get erased? Oh, brilliant. What the? Why did that just stop? Oh, that was one of the easier runs I've had. I hear China moving Japan content based because of tension. What? What? Dude, that's crazy. I mean, okay. Technically, isn't Hoyoverse in Singapore? Isn't Hoyoverse Singaporean and not Chinese? You know? Sorry, Cognosphere. Not Hoyoverse, Cognosphere. Isn't that what I remember? I mean, you know, like, you have to be. It's hard to not be. If, like, once you become influential enough. Darn it. Still got it. Oh, it has nothing to do with CCP. They have been wanting to cut him off. Them since more than a decade ago. Stop distributing their game to China, they would do it. Dude, it's hard. China is like half of the Genshin. China is like half of Genshin. It's hard to say no. There's a reason why Western companies won't just straight up leave China. Right? Like, despite, like, look at Apple. Right? Despite Apple's declining sales in China and influence in China. Sorry, not influence. I guess sales in China and market share. They just won't leave. It's like giving up on oil. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that also the reason why they extended HSR update? Because the next update is supposed to be Japan. Ooh, okay. Wow, Wow. No, have not heard a single thing about this stuff. That's actually really unfortunate. That a video game, right? A video game, albeit a very significant video game, a video game is getting caught up in politics. That is so sad. Legality reasons, you do have to comply with Chinese laws, even outside the country. Much of bullpoop that is. It's how we built up the world to be. Yep. Unfortunate, but it is how we made, well, not we, but like the people in charge, the rich and powerful, have created the world. Hey, what's up, Bozan? How's it going, man? Genshin anime. Not like it's gonna happen anyway. Yeah. I just don't see Genshin anime happening at all. Would have been nice, right? Would have been nice, because like here's the thing though. So Genshin anime. So right, Genshin anime, we're gonna get a season. Like if it becomes like most other anime, then we're gonna get a season about once every 1 or 2 years, right? So let's say on average once every 18 months. At some point, the anime is probably gonna catch up to the in-game like story progress, unless if they just decide to make the anime a completely different story, right? And completely unrelated to the game, right? To the game like main story. Whoa! Huh? That hits that hard? Also, didn't I press 2, not 1? Oops. Fine. What about you? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm listening to the stuff that unrevealed here, and Luap are, I guess, bestowing upon me the knowledge that they're bestowing upon me. I kind of nervous. Like really, kind of nervous because it sounds like something big is gonna happen to Genshin. I don't know. I mean, I hope not. I mean, like something big would be like uninstalling regions finally. That would be nice. That if we could finally uninstall regions, because like like Genshin is. Hang on. How many gigabytes is my Genshin taking up on my drive? The last time I looked was like 123 gigabytes. Okay, so both the Genshin Impact folder and the Hoyo Play folder are 127 gigabytes. 127 gigabytes on PC. Now, granted, I do have 2 language packs installed. So, and I believe Japanese takes up 13. Yeah, 13 gigabytes. So 127, 100. So Genshin would be 114 gigabytes if I only had English on. 114 gigabyte game. Now, Genshin, while I would, Genshin like graphically is not like super light. But because of how well optimized it is, actually, like I'd say, like Genshin's actually quite well optimized. Yeah, it's actually quite well optimized. It's not. It's also far from being hard to run, right? Despite how, I guess, like aesthetically pleasing it is graphically, right? Like design wise, despite how aesthetically pleasing it is, it's quite lightweight for what it looks like. Because I guess, like, yeah, kudos to the development team and like the people in charge of optimizations. But there's like a mismatch at this point. There's a mismatch for like how much storage Genshin takes up. The ratio of how much storage Genshin takes up is to how graphically demanding it is. Because like it doesn't take a high-end phone to run Genshin, right? It also doesn't even take like a Like I bet even a $200 smartphone in 2025 could run Genshin. And okay, I will say this though. One thing I noticed is cheap phones have cheap phones have a lot of storage nowadays too. About 6 months ago, or like almost a year ago, my wife's mom wanted to buy a smartphone, right? Like her first smartphone. Just like I don't know, right? Like she was just interested, and she didn't want to spend too much. She really only wanted like the cheapest possible smartphone, and then the cheapest one was like $100. Realme phone, a Realme phone, and cheapest one was like $100, but only had 128 gigs of storage, right? But like $100 for a 128 gig phone would have been unheard of in 2017, 2018. Would have been unheard of in 2017, 2018, like 5, 6, 7 years ago. $100 would have only gotten you like 32 gigabytes. But in 2024, 2025, that gets you 128 gigabytes, right? And you just add another, right? And so the same exact model, just the 256 gig storage variant, you just needed to add, how much was it? $40. No, less than that. It's like somewhere around $35. Yeah. Right, so $130, $140 smartphone, then, and you already have yourself a 256 gig phone. It's nuts. But still, 40 gigabyte mobile game. It's PC isn't much of a problem. And judging, like, yeah, and from the thing that I mentioned about mobile, like cheap mobile phones, in recent years, it's starting to not become much of a problem anymore. At least for mobile and PC especially. PC especially, because people could just buy more storage or whatever. The problem is consoles. Yeah, the problem is consoles, because like consoles will are, especially as long as it's not like 2 generations old, right? Consoles will have more than enough horsepower to run the games that are officially supported on them. Now the problem is storage, right? And I'm sure Genshin on console probably doesn't take up as much as it does on PC, but I don't know. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if people on console have enough storage for it, man. Alright, there's an annoying mosquito that's been bothering me the last 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to get some to cover up my legs. Hang on.
探索に挑戦。冒険者の生活はどうやら性に合っているようだ。昆虫は本能的に光を追うが、人間も同じだ。希望という名の光を追っている。
All right, we're back.
ここに来るまでは今回のヒントだな。この図書館にも変なことが起きてないか確認してみようぜ。申し訳。
これの第
図書館の
なら
その
ち
あ、うまい。
ああ
なんで
遊学者
この
戻ってこれからやそっちこそ傘どういう意味？また
何か
ドゥリンがその途中資料を整理していたらシムランつまり
どうやって
カサッチはそんなことはどうだっていい。君はこの世界の地脈の影響を受けないんだろ。僕が言わんとすることはわかるはず。彼は最初は先生かい？何をそんなことよりあの魔女は自分の
もちろんオイラたちもそう
ふむちょっと見せて本に隠すもちろん
今回の思い出はお前のことだったのか。
竜の子と紺色の野良猫には似ているところがたくさんあり、二人はすぐに友達になりました。野良猫に誘われて竜の子は塔を出て外の世界を旅したのでした。竜の子は外の世界が大好きになり、もっとたくさんの友達を作って竜としての自分の物語をみんなに話したいと思いました。野良猫はこの物語を気に入り書き残そうとしました。しかしその時野良猫は気づきました。この物語はどう書いても悪竜の物語になってしまうことに。
これがこの章の世界か。
この章を開く思い出がちょっと待っカサッチもこの僕のこと
ありがた
カサッチとはっきり。じゃあなんで旅人たちはいつもと変わ
旅人の
ん
みんな物語の中のデュリンだ。
この物語ではそれとも
野良猫さん、今日は
昔みたい
じゃあおしゃべりし
勝手にしろ。
初めて。
そうだよ。それで 一体ど
今までの
物語竜の子は
ここを
竜の子はしかしさ
お前は迷え
竜の子は
予言
わしは予言の魔法使い迷える
予言
わしは
風はこの予言
確かあのモンドのデマ
予言の魔法使い
返事は予言の魔法使いはお母さん
なら試してみるか。まずは
風は吹きましたが竜の子は風の示す
この道を進めば当初の計画通りモンドに行くことになるんだよな。今のところこれが
Hopefully this stops before 26 or we are cooked.
みんなわかってるわけだしさ。
Before 26?
悪竜の復活を阻止して新しい体を手に入れ友達もたくさんできる。そして友人は皆彼を忘れる。でも君は覚えてくれてる。とにかく結果から見ればそれ反対はしない。ただもう少し
We only have 23 days before the 26th. What's up with the 26th?
やっぱりあそこに行ってみてほしいんだ。あそこでならすごいことを成し遂げられるし新しい友達もたくさん作れるから。
本当それじゃあ一緒に行こう
Also, Bozan, if you're still in chat, sorry man, I missed your message.
竜の子は
I missed your earlier message asking about the
しかし最
about the
と
mannequin.
ある預言者が彼を導く予言を残してくれていました。
2026? Oh, okay.
風はこの予言を携えて彼方へと吹き抜け竜の子に行くべき方向を示しました。
So what are you hoping stops?
竜の子は風の導きを
Yeah, it's just like 2026 is whatever, man. It's just another, it's gonna be the same days.
預言者の彼
Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays are gonna be the same exact thing as they are in 2025, as they have been in 2024, 2023, etc., etc., etc. Right? Like, there's not gonna be any difference.
はるか昔皇天の神は物語という名の魔法を外の世界にかけた。
He isn't from South Asia, so he doesn't have any idea about the meme, I guess.
人と人との出会いや関係を支配
What is this about?
揺るがされず
Anyway, yeah, Bozan, to answer your question earlier, the thing where you have to pick male and female, you are talking about Meliastra Wonderland. That is not really part of Genshin Impact's gameplay. That is Genshin Impact's like new
悪竜の物語は
co-op,
物語の
like Roblox like co-op thing.
物語の魔法はこれを認めない。
Regardless of which one you pick,
塔の外には
you will still like it does do something for Genshin. Like what it does is like it sort of gives you two other characters that are similar to the main character. They have different animations, and I believe their skills and bursts do different things from what MC's does, but they reflect the same. They reflect the elements. Well, wait, what? I don't actually know enough about them to explain much about like their combat, really.
つまり
Yeah.
どういうことなの
All I remember is that I remember seeing footage of someone switching elements with them.
特別な
That's really all I know.
彼らは
And that leveling them up,
この世界の
you can't level them up in Genshin. The way that you level them up is you have to keep playing Millie Astro Wonderland, and like there's like something in Millie Astro Wonderland that you have to do in order to level them up.
そうかんですね。また何か怪しいことでもしてる。
I mean, the world will end in 2026. Yeah, there was a thing that the world would end in 2012, and yeah.
それもその僕もは簡単な質問
Can you look and help me improve my Nefer? Sure, I'll do my best drawing. Just drop your UID, man. Right? Like, dude, 2012? If the world was gonna end, it would have happened in 2012. A song came out about it. A song literally titled 2012. A movie came out about it. Literally titled 2012. Nothing happened. I mean, like, sure, I guess you could argue that, like, well, the world truly ended around that era. Like ever since then, style and fashion and social media and humanity's been on the decline, and people have been getting dumber. Technology has been getting stupider. What else? Human society's been on the decline. What else could you say? The economy. Yeah, the economy's been dying ever since then. And like, yeah, I mean, it is true to a certain extent. But like, the world ending thing that people think is going to happen, it's already happened. Right? Didn't the Ice Age do that? Didn't the giant meteor that killed all the dinosaurs do that? Oh my god. What is wrong with Windows? Like, okay. Windows 11, I keep hearing stuff about Microsoft admitting to something about Windows 11 that they are admitting to be terrible. Oops. I recently heard about an article where it's saying that Microsoft admitted that Windows 11 File Explorer is slow, but then they're also going to update it. They're going to update it. They're going to make it run faster by making it so that it's preloaded into RAM. But it also means that File Explorer will take up more RAM. Nefer. What does this weapon do? Attack his opponent. EM increased by 72. Elemental skill hits an opponent. Elemental masteries. Okay. Okay. Drawing. I have a question. Why the attack sands and goblet? Why not EM? Oops. Well. That's the best 5-star piece I had. Let me look at them again. Hang on. Great rate. I mean, I'm looking at them, man, and I don't think you really need my help, man. You seem to know what you're. Yeah, you seem to know what you're doing. Your only problem really is that you just don't have. You just don't have the artifacts just yet. You just don't have the stats. And like, dude, the attack percent sands instead of EM, sands and goblet instead of EM is it is taking away so much from your damage. Hello, what's up, Kazufang? Been a year? Dude, has it really been? Has it really been a year already? That's insane. How time flies. Hang on. What does this artifact set do again? Is it really necessary to be on this artifact set? I know it's 30% crit rate, but what else does it do? So EM. So Ascendant Gleam teams have 30% crit rate. Okay. Drawing question. What team are you putting your Nefer in? Do you even have Ascendant Gleam on? Do you have 2 Nodcry characters in the team that you're using Nefer in? Because you have 34.9 crit rate. And if you have Ascendant Gleam, then that's fine, right? Like, you get 30 crit rate, which means you'd be at like 65 crit rate. But if not, if Nefer is the only Nodcry character you have on the team, then you're only getting 15 crit rate, in which case you're only your crit rate is really only 50% and not 65. Nefer, I know. Okay, you got I know, Kali and Cookie. Okay, well, you got I know. Alright, your crit rate's fine. Alright. Yeah, really, it's just the lack of stats, man. It's just the lack of stats that you need. Of course, your talents as well. Your talent levels. Work on your talent levels. I'd recommend working on your talent levels before working on your artifacts. Because remember, artifacts are completely random, right? So it's it could take you 1 day to get a better artifact set for your Nefer, but it could also take you 1,000 years, right? Because it's completely random. So I'd recommend finishing up your talent levels first before going back to farming for more artifacts. But man, you know, okay, here's, I guess, what I think you should do for now, drawing. I would recommend you switch to some other set for your Nefer for now. Yeah, switch to another set for now. Like, I don't know, like find, I don't know, like 2-piece EM, right? Like 2-piece, well, what is this called? Night of the Skies Unveiling. Yeah, 2-piece of this, and then 2-piece Wanderer set, or 2-piece Gilded, right? Something that just gives you EM. Right? Something that just gives you EM. 2-piece, 2-piece EM combo for now. But one that gives you, like, that one, a set that actually gives you good crit rate, or sorry, not crit rate, a good crit ratio. Try aiming for around 50% crit rate in your stats, and that way you'll have like 80%. Sorry, no. Well, yeah, actually, because you're not gonna be on Night of the Skies Unveiling. Try aiming for like at least 70 crit rate, 70, like 70, 180, right? Just for now, around 70 crit rate, 180. Like, go for like 2-piece EM. Just ignore the set for now, because you're sacrificing too many stats just to get your 4-piece set. And like switch to an EM Sands. Damage percent goblet. Right, Dendro Goblet, EM Sands. And like I said, talent levels, work on your talent levels. Also, don't forget to put 4-piece Deepwood on someone on your team. Yeah, don't forget to put someone on 4-piece Deepwood. Someone that hits... Someone that has consistent skill hits. Is, remember, Deepwood is Red Shred. Dendro Red Shred. Right, somebody who has consistent burst and skill hits. Like off-field burst and skill hits. Because this is Red Shred. That's a lot. There isn't really any way to shred Dendro resistance. I think Emily has Dendro Red Shred. I'm not sure. Durin definitely, but you know, judging from the team you gave me, looks like you're not running your Nefer with Durin. So yeah, just don't forget to put someone who has consistent off-field skill or burst hits. So put them on 4-piece Deepwood. Oh, hey, what's up, Chokoshu? Oh, no wonder why the profile picture looked familiar. Yeah, it has been a while, man. It has been a while. How have you been, man? How have you been? We're playing pinball in Genshin. Catching up a little bit with the game. Oh, really? I'm just adjusting with the new stuff in Nograi. Have you been keeping up with the game? Like, I haven't seen you in a year, but that also doesn't mean that you just stopped playing Genshin. Did you? Oh my god, I should not be playing this when I'm like super sleepy. This is gonna take me forever to complete, probably. Oh. I'm getting impatient. It's really hard to play when you're really sleepy because you get really impatient, turns out, when you're sleepy. All I know are the lunar reactions and the new characters, but not the exploration mechanics in Nograi. The exploration mechanics in Nograi sort of work like magnets. Yeah, red, red and you know there's like red and blue. So those pretend that those are like different polarities on a magnet. Oh, yep. Wow. Skip from 4.0 until the Durin banner. Oh, wow. 4.0. Wow. That's a lot. After I maybe go for Columbina. And for rerun, Loma and Nefer. Oh, it looks like you're pretty caught up, man. You seem to be pretty up to date on your info. Going for Lauma and Nefer. Nefer is not as necessary as Lauma, but Nefer definitely is one of the few ways to bypass a certain annoying nod cry enemy mechanic. Maybe I'll prioritize Llama more than Nefer. Oh, sorry, did you say Nefer or Nefer? Oh no, sorry. You said Nefer. Nefer is not super necessary. Nefer is kind of like 5-star official. But not necessarily like 5-star in... Like, she does do higher personal damage than Fischl. But especially now that Fischl and a few other characters have gotten buffed. Ever since Luna 3. Fischl, I think, is officially better than Nefer now. The only way Nefer is better than Fischl is because... is only if you're dealing with the wild hunt enemies. Yep, this is why I shouldn't be doing this while sleepy. Like Durin being 5-star Shangling. I don't know if I'd put it that way. Durin is quite different from Shangling. I mean, like the biggest similarity that they have is obviously the off-field pyro application. But other than that, like they don't really have any other similarities with Shangling. Yeah, Shangling doesn't do anything. She just does damage. Well, I think Durin does less damage than Shangling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Durin has lower multipliers than Shangling. At least his off-field pyro thing has way lower multipliers than Shangling's Pyronado, but has way better uptime. It hits a lot faster, but also has ICD, so it's quite different. It's quite different. Support, yeah, definitely. Like Durin is like if Shangling had actually had supportive stuff. Yeah, Shangling doesn't actually support in any way at all. So yeah, the only thing they have similar to each other is the fact that they both have good off-field pyro application. Oops. My hand was on the mouse. I got the new Venti bow before Durin's, and I put it on official. I won, but didn't get Durin's weapon first. Right. Also, what can you say about this new mode where you make an avatar and dress up? Have not played it. That's all I can say. I have not played it at all. It's called Milliastra Wonderland. It is basically Roblox. It's Roblox. It's GTA Online. Yeah, it's Roblox and or GTA Online. That is like what I can say about it. A TLDR of it, really. Oops. Oh dear. I don't know if I can make it to for 3 more rounds of this. I'm just really sleepy. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey. Chokoshu. Okay, you got Venti's DPS bow, right? I'm sure you probably already know this, but Venti's signature weapon was Elegy, right? And so, like, why does Venti have a different bow this time? Right? What is this new bow? So that new bow is actually for DPS Venti. And in case you didn't know, a few characters got buffed just this patch. But you have to do some quests. It's like, don't worry, like they're like super short quests, and it's only like one super short quest like per each character. So if you have like a good build for your Venti, like a good DPS build for your Venti, I recommend giving it a try, especially because you have his signature weapon now, his like DPS bow. Don't have to play to get the new character. What do you mean? What new character? Wait, I don't have Venti. What? No. Oh my god. That's not great. You have Venti's DPS bow and yet you don't even have Venti. Oh man. No. Dude, that's yikes. Oops. I pressed D. Oh, wow. Did not expect to get it right away. I really don't want to get Venti back then when I got Kazuha. Oh, right. Venti's I still wouldn't say Venti is necessary even after the buffs. Okay, I guess. Alright, alright. I guess I could just tell you like what buffs he got. I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple of things here. But so one of the better buffs that Venti's gotten is when your burst is up, when you use his burst, your Venti's normal attacks are get infused with Animo. So yeah, that's how you can make Venti into a DPS. And another buff that he got was that if other characters on the team trigger swirl reactions, or like if the on-field character, yeah, I think that's right. If the on-field character triggers a swirl reaction, then Venti's burst duration is extended by, like, I forgot. I think it can be extended up to 2 seconds now, up to 2 more seconds than its actual, like, its base duration. And one of the most important ones is where the burst actually, like, where the burst actually lands, right? It used to be that, like, it has a certain auto aim, but it would always, like, summon a specific distance away from you, in front of you. Now they've made it so that it, like, the Venti's burst itself will land wherever the enemy is, or if you're in an AoE situation, it'll land where there are the most number of enemies. Oh, I don't think I've done this one. I put it on for sure. From what I understand, it's a normal attack bow. So, I haven't actually taken a look at what Venti's new weapon passive does, actually. Whew. Oh my god. I'm so sleepy. I'm glad I actually made it through that. The ball definitely has fell down at least a couple of times because I nodded. I nodded off for a bit. Works on off-field too. I'm gonna take a look at it. And I'm sure there's probably like a quest for this thing, right? That oh, no. I guess I don't need to talk to an NPC to finish the quest. So, oh, crit damage bow. Okay, equipment character. 3 seconds. Okay, after leaving combat. Oh, okay. Equipment character gains 3 seconds after leaving combat. Normal attack skill. Burst. Oh my god. Normal attack skill. Burst damage increased by 60%, while in combat, this bonus will decrease by 10% per second until it reaches 0%. Oh, okay. When the equipped character's normal attack skills burst hit an opponent, damage bonus responding damage type is increased by 10% until it reaches 60. Oh, okay. Effect can be triggered. Okay. Effect can be triggered. Pink characters off field. Additionally, party. Okay, Hex and Circle. Hexrai, sorry. Secret Right. Equipping characters, normal attacks. Edge bonus for all these types is increased by 20%. Oh, okay. Wow, my god. That is pretty significant official weapon right there. Does that work for Yelan too? I'm sure it does. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Although it's... Remember, Yelan's top priority will still be getting her burst back up on cooldown. Right? Because like otherwise Yelan's just useless if you can't burst every rotation. So the fact that that weapon does not have anything to do with energy, does not have energy recharge or anything, means that whatever damage you're gaining from the weapon itself, from the crit damage, from the weapon stat, and the weapon passive, you're also losing that in substats and in main stats from your artifacts, because you're gonna have to build so much energy recharge to be able to burst every rotation without your like ER bow or something. Yeah, what's up, Celestial? How you doing, man? I really wish I wasn't like as sleepy as I am now. I really want to at least do one run of Imaginary Theater. I know I still got plenty of time, but I've been regretting procrastinating on Imaginary Theater too much for like 2 months in a row now. I've missed out on like the 800 or 1,000 primas that you get from Imaginary Theater just because I procrastinated too much. I have a lot of 5 stars right now, so I don't have a problem. The amount I saved will give me a limited every other version of losing every 50-50. I need Varka and Nicole. I wonder what they do. I just realized I titled the stream Durin's effect on the meta, but I never actually ended up talking about Durin at all throughout the whole stream. Is Varka's DPS? If so, what is his element? From what we've observed, the Varka seems to be Animo. Is he a DPS? No idea. I'm not really a guy who follows leaks. Yeah, I don't really follow leaks. In fact, I actually try to avoid leaks. Alright, anyway, man, stream just barely passed 2 hours. I wish I could go for like another hour. Would have been nice. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna make it any longer than yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep going, guys. So anyway, for those of you who need help building your characters, accounts, or making a decision in which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams. And if you want my personal opinion, you can ping me over there. My name is Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, guys. Alright, well, it was good seeing you again, Chokoshu. It was good seeing you guys, everyone. Take care. Thank you. Bye. Good luck on your Durin pulls for those pulling for Durin and or his weapon, or Venti, I guess. Sure. Alright, bye, everyone.